Ahead on DC News Now at 4.
Another active day with some severe weather potential across the board. We'll break it down for you coming up.
DC police have made an arrest in a 26-year-old cold case. We'll tell you what led to the arrest of a 70-year-old man for her murder.
Oh my gosh, y'all look.
Oh no. Oh no.
A home swept away as flash flooding hits New Mexico. The latest on those still missing just days after other flash floods in the south.
A home struck by lightning in Montgomery County. How the community is cleaning up as more storms head our way.
We've got you set with your grocery price check, and we're stretching your dollar with the tips on making your groceries last longer in the fridge and the freezer.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile.
We're taking a live look at your radar right now. It's a DMV First Warn Day. We're tracking another round of storms today. And some of these could produce very heavy rain.
And we have team coverage for you this afternoon. Our Dave Laval taking a look at preparedness efforts in Montgomery County ahead of any potential flooding. We'll hear from him in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to send things over to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, what are we seeing right now? Watches, warnings, any of that in effect?
Well, Tosin and Mark, we have the same watches in effect as we did yesterday, just covering different areas here. The flood watch we had yesterday, well, that's been expanded today. It was just across pretty much the Beltway and areas near the Beltway here and extending up towards Baltimore. But now that has covered much areas much further to the west, I should say, across Highway 66, Highway 64, out towards I-81 in the Shenandoah Valley. Also, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until 10 o'clock. The flood watch is in effect till midnight. Thunderstorm watch in effect till 10 o'clock. This does cover all of the DMV as we have the potential for some storms firing up like they did yesterday and becoming severe, actually. So here's our radar scope. We got a couple of storms out here. Again, this is below severe limits at this point in time, but these showers and storms with lightning associated with them will be impacting Shenandoah at 4:10 here and Stanley coming up at 4:27. As we widen out the DMV view, you can see again everything that's happening is so far to the west of I-95, but that's all shifting in our direction, and this is what the Futurecast has in store for us here over the next 2 hours. You can see the rain coming up from the south, some of that heavy moving into Spotsylvania County, Stafford County, showers moving into Loudoun, Fairfax, Montgomery, and Frederick counties, and more rain covering the western portions of our viewing area. So a quick look at your evening hour-by-hour forecast. Here in the DC, we'll be looking at some showers and thunderstorms from 6 to 8 a.m. Back to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. And you can keep up to date on all things weather and see the latest information for your area. Just head to our website, dcnewsnow.com.
After 26 years, D.C. police have arrested a man for a 1999 stabbing murder of a woman in Northeast.
Yeah, 70-year-old George Mudd has been charged with first-degree murder. D.C. News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live at D.C. Superior Court.
And Daniel, we just, the arraignment just took place. What are you learning?
Yeah, Mark, we're learning a lot more details about this particular case. Susan Sven-Gross was 24 when she was killed in 1999, in May of 1999, on the 400 block of F Street Northeast. Prosecutors say today that Mudd's DNA was found inside of her and on a nightgown at that crime scene, where she was found to be stabbed 13 times, including a slit across her neck. So a very brutal scene in which the judge said as much, basically saying that he found probable cause. The defense tried to argue that the DNA evidence wasn't linking Mudd specifically because there were other family members who were witnesses. It turns out that Mudd actually met the victim on one occasion through his relatives, but police told us today they don't have a motive as of right now of why he killed her. They said there was no domestic incident, but she was found in her basement apartment all those years ago. The FBI actually linked Mudd to the murder back in 2012. So they had to get several more samples of DNA, and there was some evidence lost at some point. So it wasn't until yesterday, Tuesday, where they actually were able to arrest Mudd. He was arraigned today. Again, he is being held without bond until his next court appearance on July 30th. We're live at D.C. Superior Court. Daniel Hamburg, D.C. News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you for breaking that down for us. We have breaking news right now at 4. D.C. police have identified a suspect in that shooting that killed a toddler. Investigators say Charles Rucker is wanted for murder, and police are searching for him. Take a look at your screen. These are 2 mugshots. The one on the left is from 2021. The mugshot on the right is the most recent one. 3-year-old Honesty Cheadle was hit and killed by a stray bullet inside a car. The shooting happened Saturday on 14th Street in Southeast. Anyone with information on the case is asked to call police.
Developing now, D.C. police and the FBI are partnering up to offer an increased reward of $40,000 in a deadly shooting of a young man in the district. They're seeking information last week's shooting of 21-year-old who was a congressional intern and a rising senior at UMass Amherst. Eric Tarpinian Jackman had just joined Congressman Ron Estes' office last month. In a statement, the representative from Kansas says that Eric had a kind heart and greeted everyone with a smile. Investigators say that Eric was not the intended target when he was shot and killed at 7th and M Street.
And police are investigating a deadly hit-and-run accident in Prince George's County.
That crash happened early this morning at the intersection of Wheeler Road and Birch Tree Lane in Oxon Hill.
And police say that's where they found a person dead in the road. There's no word yet on their identity. Investigators say the driver did not remain on the scene. Police want to hear from you if you know anything about this crash.
And in the district, there are efforts underway to unite union workers around the country. The American Federation of Labor held a rally outside of their headquarters, and they're kicking off a nationwide bus tour to meet with people and discuss issues facing their communities. Most importantly, organizers say this road trip is about empowering workers and giving them resources to come together.
Understand that this moment is about power. Who has it, who doesn't, and who wants to take the little bit that they think somebody else may have. So this bus tour, sisters and brothers and siblings, is about showing them who has the power.
The first stop of the tour is in Hampton Roads. Advocates will meet with the United Steelworkers in Newport News to discuss the impact of cuts to the VA.
Take a look at this home. It was struck by lightning in Montgomery County. Officials say a bolt hit the home in Deerwood, and it's where people are still talking about it. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree covers Montgomery County for us and has the story.
It was very, very loud, so my dog was really scared. Yeah, I was scared too.
Michael was in his home on Amity Drive Tuesday evening when a big thunderstorm passed through.
And at one point I heard a very loud strike.
That sound was lightning hitting his neighbor's home just a few doors down.
My first thought was if anybody was injured, but luckily nobody was actually, no casualties. Yeah. I felt sorry for the owner.
Montgomery County Fire says the lightning hit between the garage and first floor, starting a fire.
We just saw all the damage that was done, and it was, I was kind of shocked.
Will Wong lives directly across the street from the house.
That was really scary. This is literally probably like 60 feet from my home.
Wong talked with the owners Tuesday night. He says everyone is doing okay considering what happened.
They're good people, and it was just a freak accident. My heart goes out to them.
And neighbors tell us that the family is staying with relatives at this time.
An outdoor pool in Montgomery County is now open after undergoing a months-long renovation to make it more enjoyable and inclusive for all ages and abilities. $5 million makeover to the Martin Luther King Jr. outdoor pool modernized and improved all of the accessibility features of the pool. Some of the upgrades include a new pool deck, a new lazy river, updated changing rooms, and several lifts so people with disabilities can fully enjoy all the pool has to offer.
Montgomery County really fully believes in inclusion and accessibility for everyone in all aspects of life where we work, live, and in this case, play.
There are 3 new water slides were also installed. Altogether, the renovations took 8 months to complete.